And we are alive, and this is the return of the Breaking BadCast after the
Yeah,
freaking awesome 5 episodes of the X-Files that we watched.
yeah, 5 out of 6.
Note I said 5 because, oh my god, one of them was horrible. But instead of the X-Files, talk some Breaking Bad, and this is season 4, episode 7, Problem Dog. And in
oh,
this
yeah.
one, and in this one, Walt is relying on Jesse to kill Gus for him, just like he
Mhm.
is relying on Jesse to kill Gale for him.
Yep. Yeah, and it opened the way this one opens is really great. And we see Jesse in his house playing a shooting game, like a first-person shoot 'em up game,
Hmm.
and he's shooting the screen. It's one of those, one of those like kind of like a Call of Duty or something like that, or
Yeah, one of them first-person shooters where you can have the gun and shoot people in the head.
mm-hmm. And the thing is, when he sees one of these characters coming at him, he actually sees Gale.
Yeah, he does. He's having some kind of post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, I think so. I believe that. Yeah, that's what he's going through. And there's probably a little bit of guilt associated with he killed someone
Yeah, yeah, and it's
and that may be why
and he's still
that may be why he was seeing, that may be why he was seeing Gale, because he may have been feeling that twinge of guilt.
yeah, most definitely. I mean, if you like kill somebody, that thing's going to live with you,
I think so.
and there's no getting over with that. But
Right.
yeah, so that was the teaser, and I like the teaser. I love that teaser. That was a really good teaser.
And when the screen came up, it said restart or quit. I think he pointed it towards restart.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Yeah.
But then we get into the second part of the whole car gate, I like to call that. And
Yeah.
Walt has to return the car, but instead of returning the car, he does some donuts with it and blows it up.
But first we saw him at Wash. There she is.
There's Ellen.
How's it
Ellen,
going,
can you hear
guys?
us?
Hey, Ellen.
Hey, been a while.
How are you?
I can't see you though.
Fine.
Oh, I think I
But yeah,
know. Oh, I know why. Because I have tape over my camera. I'll take it off.
X-Files.
but yeah, they were at the car wash first, and we see. Let's see. They were complimenting one of the workers on the way he was waxing and cleaning the car that Walt Jr.'s car. And then that's when we see Walter. Oh, you notice when notice they mentioned the name of the salesman, Glenn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Glenn, the manager.
Gwen. That's great. Easter eggs.
And don't forget that Dodge Challenger is the same car that Glenn had on The Walking Dead.
Yep.
How can it be the same car if Walter blew it up?
Same.
Ah.
Well, same model.
Ah.
Right, there's the tape. I feel blurry.
Yeah, you're all blurry.
I'm having a blurry day.
Ellen's the Sasquatch. She's blurry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh well. I look better when I'm blurry anyway. So, anyway.
Yeah, you have Walt calling the cab and telling him where he is. He tells the cab company where he is, and they say that I think they may have asked him over the phone. Do you think we'll be able to find you? And he said, "Oh yeah, I don't think you'll have any trouble finding me."
Yeah.
That
Because he
location
blew it.
that he gives to the taxi driver was his actual physical location. The actor himself, that was exactly where he was. So
Hmm.
that was an accuracy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The freaking
So
continuity.
Bryan Cranston was actually there. Bryan Cranston was actually there.
Hmm. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you got to call Saul because you blew up the car.
Yeah, he goes to see him with Saul.
Same with Saul, and Saul, being the best lawyer he is, got him for misdemeanor trash burning.
Which is,
That was great.
last thing Skylar says is don't tangle with anyone. And
Yeah.
he's just like, he's got this thing where she's telling him to do the right thing for the right reasons because it's for everybody's own good. I mean,
Right.
really, do you even want a misdemeanor on your record? You know, would you want, like, Hank to offhandedly find out somehow that you burned a car? It was a stupid thing to do. It was fun to watch
Yeah, it was.
with great music. It was a
Oh
great
yeah, the
song with that.
Pretenders. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was a great. Yeah, I like the song.
Yeah, I like them. I like the song. The song fits for some reason.
Yeah.
It did. It did.
But before you came on, Ellen, we was talking about the teaser with Jesse playing the video game, and he's having post-traumatic stress, and he's seeing Gail in that game as soon as he shoots.
And they made that, they altered the game just for the show. That game is Rage.
Hmm.
And apparently in the actual game, there's an Easter egg. It's Chico's Grill somewhere in the actual
Nice.
Rage game. But anyway, yeah, and yeah, this is Jesse feeling like he's just a piece of shit.
Hmm.
He
Yeah.
just does.
Yeah.
As I was telling Shane, he feels that certain twinge of guilt. I think for shooting Gail.
Yeah, and
Oh,
he's yeah, I
it's the
think that's,
big guilt. It
yeah.
is.
Yeah, and he's having post-traumatic stress disorder with that game as well. I mean, you're
Yeah.
hallucinating Gail in the game.
Yeah.
That's going to live with you.
And of
Yeah.
course, yeah, it was great. It was great that they brought back David Constable to shoot those scenes.
Hmm.
What am I not remembering? What am I not thinking? To shoot those scenes.
They did an overlay with David Constable on the game, and he was shooting at it, and you can see Jesse hallucinating Gail on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
there we go.
Yeah. But weren't those just clips of him begging for his life?
It could have been just
Essentially.
clips. Did you listen to the commentary?
Sort
No.
of, kinda. I sort of, kinda did. I've been so bad. I've been like, news junkie. But I did listen to some of it. I had to actually put the episode on in the background like a couple of times just to let it gel because the commentary really, really did play over the episode this time, which it normally doesn't.
Hmm.
But there were times when it was like you couldn't hear, say, for example, when Saul was talking to the rebel without a cause about his little misdemeanor trash burning
Yeah,
and Walt's
That was
attitude.
great.
that was great. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
We
Of
go
course.
on to Hank and Walt Jr. at
Los Pollos Hermanos. Yes.
and Hank basically is on the case on this one, and he's getting
Yep.
Gus's fingerprints.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a genius thing for him to do. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty genius for him to get the fingerprints, get Gus's fingerprints on the cup.
Hmm.
Hank gets the lead role as the most awesome cop detective slash agent, like
Mm-hmm.
super smart. He's like, as every bit, well, Walt is kind of holding it together and falling apart all at the same time, but like they're, I keep saying they're two sides of the coin. It's just that Hank is on the legal side.
Yeah.
The part that most of us accept is, okay, we got to do this and pay for this, and he makes a living, a rather decent living,
Hmm.
because there's a meth business out there. He's just on a different side of it than Walt.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
And what, I'm
he's like
sorry,
to
Howard.
himself. I'm sorry. He's just very proud of himself, very into this right now.
And I think we can actually make the comparison between Jimmy McGill and Walt with Chuck and Hank. Chuck and Hank is on the legal side, and Jimmy and Walt is on the non-legal side, the illegal side.
It's actually a very good comparison. Yeah, I like that.
You mean, so Chuck would be who?
Chuck would be Hank, because he's
Chuck would
doing
be
everything.
Hank?
Yeah, legally,
Yeah,
legally.
Like, I'm the better guy than you?
yeah,
I don't mean to be, bro. I love you, but I am.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So one of the subplots we see, the subplot we see on this episode is Walt creating a poison in the lab.
Ricin is back.
The
That
ricin, yeah.
The ricin is back, so he can give to Jesse, so he can kill Gus with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse actually puts it inside what he calls his lucky cigarette.
Yeah.
And of course, Walt tells him, "Well, don't smoke that cigarette."
Yeah, you don't want to smoke that.
Yeah, he gets Jesse on board finally. Sort of reluctantly. It's not like he's his buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
later in the episode, he had the chance to do it, but he didn't do it.
yeah.
Right. The meeting between Gus and the members of the cartel.
Yep.
And Mike gave him a gun. Mike gives him a gun. Eyes open, mouth shut. I love that. That's classic Mike.
I think Jesse had to be thinking with the coffee. He could have killed anybody. He could have killed Mike.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, the only person who had coffee was Gus after the meeting by himself.
Yeah, that was true.
The only person to touch the coffee. But that sound going, it was like, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't think he was going to kill Mike at that point. He was starting to gain respect for Mike. He really was. He looked up to Mike as like a father.
Well, Mike isn't on the hit list. Just Gus.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what if Mike had the coffee and Gus didn't?
Exactly.
Oh God.
Jesse can't handle that. And he sort of got caught. He got stuck where he couldn't really do it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hesitate for that long. The hesitation was intense. And they had that ringing sound going on, like it was going off in his head.
Yeah.
Like when your brain is just overloaded with something.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
It was a very interesting meeting between Gus and the representative of the cartel.
Yeah, Gus, he basically did the whole, finger foods and combining the tables together and getting all them chairs lined up, and only to show there was one guy there. And he was not really the main importance of the cartel. He was basically the messenger of the cartel.
Right. And we're going to see the main guy later on in this season.
I think
Is that like an insult, do you think? So you're prepared because it's, this giant cartel and...
Yeah, I mean, it is an insult because Gus thinks, they're going to bring the actual main people is coming in, but they don't.
One guy's like, I can handle you.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's meant to be insulting.
Because, I mean, Gus really was prepared for the cartel. I mean, he had Mike, he had all Mike's guys as backup, he had everybody with a gun, making sure everything's going to be smooth, and it goes to show it's only one guy, and it wasn't even an important member.
Yeah.
He
And we
wasn't going
didn't,
to budge on anything.
yeah, and we didn't see him, but we heard Tyrus's name mentioned.
Yeah, Tyrus just had a name drop.
Yeah, we heard Tyrus's name mentioned, but we didn't see him
Hmm.
on this episode. And of course, that one thing we need to go back to talk about is at the car wash we have the Marie visiting the car wash,
Yeah,
and
we revisited.
she's wanting to get one of those air fresheners, but like I think it was the pina colada. She said it smelled like stale bubble gum. And she said, "Yeah, I'm sure people run their car and it smell like the bottom of a sixth grader's desk."
And then in that scene, Walt sneaks in the money held in the soda, and reluctant Skylar was, surprised of how much money he's actually making, and she can't do it. And he's like, you know what? If you want out, just say you want out.
Yeah.
She's on her knees in that scene for a reason. They did that on purpose to show what kind of position she felt like. And yeah, another fork in the road.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she doesn't, like she says, I never wanted any of this.
Yeah.
And that's when he says, well, you can have out. But it's clear he doesn't get it. You don't just bring in 50s and 100s, deposit them in the bank, and say, oh, you had a good day at the car wash. And he's just disregarding her complaints as problems she just needs to solve. And, so I think she realizes she really needs to keep an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. One thing is, she says something to the effect of, we couldn't make this in a month, much less a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, well, then save it for a rainy day, and well, where do I keep it? You can't deposit it in the bank and say, oh, just pretend it's not there right now. It doesn't, you can't leave it at the car wash. And when they tried the closet, the rod fell down. So, she's got some really, it was obvious she didn't understand the amount of money.
No.
And that made a difference. And I think it's interesting when he says, oh, so it's too much money and that's a problem. And she says, that's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be noted that she's not going, yes, this is great. I'll just have to figure out where to put it. Maybe I can rent a storage unit. She's not exactly doing cartwheels. She's on her knees.
Yeah.
She's struggling.
But of course, we've seen Walt utilize creative ways to hide the money before. He hid it in the insulation in the garage. He hid it in the vent in the baby's nursery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're getting beyond that.
Yeah.
A diaper box just isn't gonna cut it anymore.
No.
I mean, at that time, he was trying to hide it from Skylar. At that point, when he was hiding it in the insulation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to hide it from Skylar.
Now Walt is in the big leagues. He's making way much more now than he has in the past. And he needs somewhere to punt it. The car wash is not going to hold it all.
No, it's not. Absolutely not. And I'm trying to think. Now he's already used the crawl space, I think. Under the house.
We haven't seen that yet, I don't think.
Oh, that he has not used the crawl space under the house.
No, this is coming up.
It's later.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was coming up or if it had already been utilized. But
apparently, that's the first solution then. Well, we'll just stick it down there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really not a great place to keep it.
No.
I'd be afraid for like a fire or something, let alone getting caught.
Yeah.
Plus, smart criminals, that'd be the first place they'd look.
Yeah. But they're not supposed to have that kind of money, which is why the car had to go back.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
guarantee if Mike were looking for that money, and he would think to look in the crawl space if Mike was going to be looking for that money.
Yeah. I mean, Mike. He does his ins and outs.
Yes, he
His
does.
ins and outs. But going back into the whole meeting with the cartel, um, Jesse asks Mike what he sees in him, and Mike replies loyalty.
Yep.
Now, is it loyalty, or is it he's just using him?
I think he's making a true statement there. And I think he's right about what Gus likes about him, that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's also mentioned that maybe you've got it for the wrong guy.
Yes.
We think you're a little too loyal to Walt, but we respect that loyalty, and we could use somebody on our team like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He proved himself. They put him through the test.
Mike is kind of trying to woo Jesse away from Walt. See.
Per Gus's orders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Mike sees something in Jesse instead of Gus.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I believe so. Now, we know Gus's attitude is a means to an end. He uses people for a means to an end.
Yeah.
Whereas Mike genuinely sees something in Jesse.
Well, you remember when this first came up, like how to deal with Jesse, it was because Mike had looked into it and determined that Jesse was out of control, and he was a problem, and he was a liability, was the word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we going to do about him? And there's generally one solution. And maybe you're right. Maybe this is just the workaround for to keep Walt cooking. But I'm pretty sure also that if Gus just said, all right, this junkie's got to go, he goes. They deal with Walt. They have their ways of dealing.
Mm-hmm.
Making a deal you can't refuse. Literally,
Mm-hmm.
I think, because when they tested him, Mike gets in the car and says, "Just like you hoped, just like you wanted," he said, "just like you wanted."
Mm-hmm.
The boy's a hero. The kid's a hero.
Yep.
So I think Gus was seeing something in him.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, one thing that happened in this episode also, Jesse went back to the
Hey.
he went back to AA, and we saw Jerry Burns again, great actor, as the group leader.
Mm-hmm. And Jesse basically confessed to killing Gail, but instead of Gail, he said a dog.
Problem dog.
Yes, problem dog. Yes,
the episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said to myself, he's talking about killing a problem dog. He was talking about Gail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I think Jesse needed that. He needed to confess, even though it was the lie. He needed to get it off his chest.
And he's come to some sort of conclusion, and you see it. He's painting the walls because the first reaction to all of this was just to drown it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that got old. And now he's, as he's painting the walls, he's agreeing. All right,
He's finally accepting it.
I'll help you. I'll kill him. I'll kill Gus. And he's decided that he's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of accepted.
He said that before, didn't he? I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, he said that before.
He did.
And now he's like, I made you my bitch. I'm just here to sell you meth.
Mm-hmm.
You accept
Yes.
that? And he's
I think he's accepted his fate. I think that's what it is. He's accepted that, yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm the asshole. I'm the guy selling people meth.
Mm-hmm.
and I killed somebody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
without saying that, yeah. Because that's how he feels about himself. But now, instead of throwing parties to just drown out the reality, he's clearing the walls. He's clear,
Mm-hmm.
not in a good place. Maybe not even right about himself right now, but he's definitely shifting. And and here's a contrast to Walt. He's not letting. It feels good to have somebody like Gus want you on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good when they hand you a gun and you're one of them.
Yeah.
But not good enough for Jesse, because Jesse's way beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not one dimensional. He's a real human, and something doesn't smell right to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is that component that of yeah, we see something in you. You could help us, but mostly we want to break up you know, this thing you got with Walt.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
Now, is Jesse basically rebelling against Walt? Maybe it's because Gus sees something in Jesse that Walt doesn't.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and Walt was being brutal about it. He was, oh, it's about me. He was really, really. I mean, and this is just more to Jesse's credit.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact it's like Walt is right.
Yeah.
In the wrong ways that he put it, but he's right.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
a dick
I
for
agree.
saying it the way he did, but he's right. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I may be wrong on this, but I think this episode is really a setup episode for what's coming up. We got the meeting with the cartel coming up. We've got the you know Mike, Jesse, Gus, all of them are going to go down there. We're going to see how Gus came about. We're going to see Gus's origins as far as when he formed Los Pollos Hermanos. We're going to see that upcoming. We're going to see all this. All these storylines are going to converge.
Yeah, we are. And
Oh, it's
hopefully we'll get even more with that in Better Call Saul.
yes.
Oh, and of course, more of the idyllic marriage they joked about Walt and Skylar having, and Anna Gunn was in the commentary. I think it was she who said, yeah, we're like the couple on top of the wedding cake.
But
Yeah.
going back into the meth lab, Walt asked the progress with Jesse and Gus, and Jesse lied to him and said he'd never seen Gus.
Yeah.
He didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to have to deal with Walt saying, why the hell didn't you just put it in the coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think if Jesse would have mentioned that, he would be like, who cares about Mike? If Mike dies, then oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, Walt was basically at that point like, fuck Mike, fuck Gus, fuck all of them.
Yeah, I mean, what's Jesse supposed to do? Put it in a coffee and then just say, oh, everybody should have coffee, but not really, just you Gus. I mean, and how is he going to slip it in front of him?
Well, he could have just slipped it in one of the cups.
One of the cups? Now it's Russian roulette.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jesse's agreed to kill Gus. He's not agreed to kill other people who have never done anything to him.
Unless Jesse was the one to bring Gus's coffee to him, like, here,
Yeah, and that's obvious.
Yeah, and then Mike would have probably suspected something when Gus died.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But meanwhile, Walt is inquiring about a hitman Or was that just the idea he threw
Yeah.
out before he toasted up the ricin,
Yeah, he did.
like the Pop-Tarts?
And Saul was like, a hitman's not going to work because Mike knows almost every single hitman.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But
true, because
But then we get to the epic cliffhanger. Hank is back on the case officially, and he reports to Gomi and
well, we see
we see
Oh,
Gomi. Gomi is back.
it's just, he were a cat, he'd be on his back with his belly up, like in the sun, like, yeah, man. He loved it. Hence his presentation.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great Dean Norris. That he executed that whole thing perfectly.
Oh yeah, yeah, he is great.
Yeah, especially where he's like, yeah, you're right, this is crazy,
And then he
tinfoil
goes,
hat. It's
then
just
he
All
like
that.
one
Sad.
little thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's one little thing, and then
Bam!
boom, fingerprints.
Yeah.
So he runs the fingerprints, and Gus's fingerprints is found at Gail's apartment.
And
Yeah, Walt's
yeah,
headache might be gone, but the hangover continues.
yeah.
I mean,
That
this
was a
this whole
great way to
case, I
end
think
that
this whole
episode.
case
Yeah,
would have been closed if Walt would have kept his mouth shut and have Gail be iceberg.
Ego, ego, ego.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you need it inflated. You know, everybody needs to have a somewhat inflated ego.
Hmm.
But it could get too far, boy, and when it does, watch out. Bad decisions ensue generally, and yeah.
But no, this was. I think this was a great transition episode because we're transitioning over. You know, now they've got the car wash, and now there's going to be the meeting with the cartel coming up, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
All these other storylines, like I say, converging. Everything's converging.
Yeah, it's going to come into one epic season finale. So that was pretty much it in this episode. I think we covered almost all of it.
Yeah, lucky for you guys, I didn't take notes this time, so yeah.
Yeah, so let's get down to business with some Walking Dead, and we've gotta bring Ellen down off of Fantasyland and bring her into the real world. That Daryl
We have to
Daryl is
address
going to
the elephant.
Oh, alright, I'm not gonna use my masshole language.
Go right ahead. I
Why?
get you. I'm a big boy.
Alright, first of all, I mean, good luck predicting stuff on this show. You know, some things are, you know, you can see coming and some you don't. My roommate and I are really actually concerned because of that ultrasound picture.
Mhm.
And we're starting to think what could be the most brutal thing to do with Lucille.
Oh, don't tell me. Take the bat to Maggie's stomach.
Or her, yeah, or something. Yeah, at least that.
Now, I was going to think I was predicting miscarriage with Maggie.
That would be a blessing compared to what, I mean, things are gonna get brutal. I was rewatching some stuff and boy, there've been some nasty people and you know, I actually you hope it lives up to the hype because all indications are this is going to blow our minds at how brutal this man is.
Yeah.
Negan. On the other hand, if he is, it's gonna be so sad. So what I hope. But you know people are gonna
I saw a video where a Walking Dead fan. There's several Walking Dead channels on YouTube. Several Walking Dead fans that have channels and they do videos and they do speculations and all that. And there was an interview with Norman Reedus, and he said he's going to be back for season 7. So take from that what you will.
hopefully it's not flashbacks.
It's gonna be flashback, or he's gonna be a walker.
Or here, I propose another theory to you. What is one thing in this group you do not want to be? Rick's significant other.
Oh,
Oh, right, Michonne. Yeah.
You don't want to be that.
Exactly. Yeah, we brought that up during the X-Files. I said, man, you don't want to be Michonne.
It's like you don't want to be Jesse's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
We saw Lori die. We saw Jesse die.
yeah. Why would you want to?
Michonne.
Yeah.
Interesting. But see, there's got to be repercussions with Daryl blowing up Negan's gain in the beginning of the second half season.
There have to be repercussions. So it doesn't necessarily mean he dies. They're going after. I mean, the group is going after Negan first, but once.
Well, I mean, comics, we know what happens in the comics. Spoiler alert: Glenn
Well, all
eats
they know
Lucille.
is none of their people showed back up. They don't know who the hell did it, unless they happen to be watching, which you doubt because you'd figure they'd come out. So their guys just didn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
And they figure they don't know about him yet, or they would have been snooping around Alexandria. And like we see in the previews coming up, Rick's like, it's only a matter of time. They're going to come after us. So preemptive war is what he's saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, now we've seen the hilltop. We've seen Gregory. Who's a real
Jesus.
prick, by the way. Jesus. He always said Jesus. So, and there's going to be other characters that are going to be showing up. Some familiar characters from the comics are going to be showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course, Negan's group is called the Saviors, interestingly enough.
Yeah. Double speak.
Yeah, but I don't want to throw Henry under the bus, but he was saying that Daryl's going to die too.
Yeah, I mean, well, the foreshadowing seemed to indicate it. There's a lot of foreshadowing going on.
I mean, the very first 3 episodes we got Daryl talking way more than we did in the past. The second episode we had, Rick and Daryl, the buddy. I mean, they're putting the spotlight on Daryl this season.
Oh, God, we got into this whole theory of Abraham and the many wives. So here you go. Glenn dies, right? There's Rosita, there's Sasha. Glenn can't, I mean, not Glenn, Abraham. He wants Sasha. She's like, see you later. Goes with Rosita, and is really, really curious about why Glenn and Maggie would, make the pancakes on purpose,
I saw another video. There's a guy named Trev's Chan on YouTube. He said that in the comics, somebody else was giving Tyrese a blowjob.
What? In the
In the
comics?
comics.
In the oh
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
And
in the comics, from what I read, Michonne. Go ahead.
Carol had a crush on Tyrese, and Carol threw herself to the walkers.
They were actually in a relationship. From what I
Yes,
read from the
Tyrese
comics,
and Carol. Yeah.
Tyrese cheated on Carol with Michonne.
Yeah.
Carol lost
Michonne, right. Yeah.
Carol lost it and committed suicide by Walker.
Right. Yeah. And this Trans Chan was saying maybe that's what will happen with Rosita, Sasha, and Abraham.
I almost think it's like, I mean, not like they're all going to be his wives, but I just see it. It could be like Glenn dies. Because, I mean, realistically, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I think Maggie is a lot stronger character. And maybe even more important to the story than Glenn sometimes. I don't want either of them to die. But what if Glenn died? What if he got Lucille? He did pick up the bat in that collection in the garage at Noah's community.
Mm-hmm.
And talk about foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I always felt like Lucille is definitely going to hit him like it in the comics.
But I understand Lucille is not just a regular baseball bat; it's wrapped in barbed wire also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, this was encased in glass. He had to smash it out of the glass.
But again, with the foreshadowing, Glenn brought up past members, and the ones that died, he brought those up. So it might be foreshadowing as well of Glenn.
And we've already seen a fake out this season of Glenn's,
We had two
where everybody
fakes. What
thought,
are you talking about?
I know he's almost gonna die all the time. Oh yeah, that one where the first episode where he's surrounded by
Who was
walkers
so great?
and being like in a shower of gunfire and fine.
Well, of course, also the dumpster thing also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The dumpster, and then in like the first episode back, it was
Right.
surrounded
Both
by
times
walkers.
where I went, he's dead. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And the first time with the dumpster, I figured that one out. I'm like, yeah, no, he's not dead. That was, but here, of course, he's surrounded by walkers. I mean, was it Sasha and
Abraham and Daryl come back, yeah.
Yeah.
and now they can shoot all these walkers. They're that good, and not one bullet hits Glenn. It was amazing. I mean,
I think the show is trying to prepare us. I think the producers are trying to prepare us for a major character death. That's what they're doing.
They are.
Oh.
Which means in the season finale, somebody's going to eat Lucille, and maybe Glenn.
Or maybe it'll be Morgan for not realizing that he actually has to fight people. He actually has to kill people.
That's an interesting theory. That theory has been thrown out there as well. That it might be Morgan.
I think Rick has to kill Morgan.
Ooh, or Carol.
Either Rick or Carol has to kill Morgan. I'm going to go with Rick because Rick was the very first guy he met.
Yeah, but this has been Carol's mission lately. Why do you have this guy down here? Why is he still alive?
You know it would break Rick's heart to do that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't break Carol's as much.
Well, Andrew Lincoln said that it was the most violent season finale that we ever done in that quote. So Rick might kill Morgan at the season finale.
Really? Oh no. Oh no. Are they gonna do their own like Red Wedding? Are they gonna do that?
Ooh, I bet they are. I mean, they're introducing a crap load of characters in this second half, so half of them's gonna die.
I don't like to talk about it. It's Sophie's Choice by now. I love these people.
Oh, we got Jesus now. We got Gregory. You know, I was telling Shane the other day, I was watching rerun of Law and Order Criminal Intent, and Gregory's Andrew Berkeley was on that episode. I was like, oh, cool. I PM'd it to Shane.
Yeah.
Now, he's been on CSI 24 also.
But
Andrew Berkeley has.
You think Gregory's going to hit on Maggie?
I think, he's trying to. I think they said that, isn't the comics? Isn't Maggie now the leader of the Hilltop in the comics?
I don't keep up the comics.
Might. But she's definitely taking that role, and you see Rick knowing that it's better off if she talks to this guy than if he does.
Right, yeah.
He's not, and she's the diplomat.
Mm-hmm.
You know? She is a great character, and if they kill her just because they knocked her up, if they knocked her up to kill her, the ultrasound picture freaks me out.
Yeah.
First of all, it was weird to see somebody getting an ultrasound at all on the show, but passing the picture around, and meanwhile, there's Abraham with this whole, breeding thing. When you poured the Bisquick, did you mean to make the pancakes? I mean, so funny because my roommate didn't get it until Glenn was like, "What?" And I had it right off the bat.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, because there's Glenn with his hand on Maggie's belly, and Abraham is like, "What the hell are they doing?" But if you're going to have a future,
If they have a future.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you just trying to survive as long as possible, or are you trying to make it so that humans
Now, here's the thing.
So, yeah.
Maggie's pregnant. Can they have two babies on The Walking Dead? Because we got Judith.
Oh, no.
Judy's been on there for quite some time. And now you're bringing in another baby. Can they handle that?
Yeah, good question.
I would say yes.
They can barely handle Judith, though.
Most of the time, it's fake. It's a fake baby. Half the time that you see somebody holding the baby, it's fake. It's only when you really need to see them that they're real. They could do it if Maggie and the baby live.
Hey, Ellen, what were your thoughts on Spencer being the one to destroy Deanna, the Walker Deanna? I mean, especially after what Carl said to Michonne.
What do you mean? What did he say?
When Spencer killed Deanna, the Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think it was the right thing to do?
It seemed to play out that way. I mean, and that's why I didn't realize. I didn't know what Carl was up to. I didn't know what Spencer was up to, and it was a surprise to me when I realized, oh my God, she's the Walker. But you know, Carl had to finish it for his own mother, and he felt that Spencer needed to do the same for his own mother.
Yeah.
And obviously Spencer needed to do something to get his shit together. He
did.
Otherwise, I talked about that. I was like, God damn it, Deanna, you made yourself another Walker. But my roommate's like, she took out a whole bunch, so I'm like, all right, fine. Math wins. You're right. But she was one of them.
The actress that played Deanna was on Law and Order as a defense attorney.
Everybody's been on Law and Order. Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of us has been on Law and Order. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, as a background character. Yeah, I was in Law and Order as a background character.
1 out of 3. No, I don't know.
Yeah, actors have been on Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul or Walking Dead have been on Law and Order.
Yeah. Speaking of Better Call Saul, we had 3 epic episodes. They are pulling them out.
Second one. Oh my God, Ellen, Shane and I cracked up with that second one.
You know, I didn't think it could get worse from Chicago Sunroof. Then they gave us Squad Cobbler.
Oh yeah.
Then Shane sent me a link to the article that it was all Bob. That was Squat Cobbler. That was Bob Odenkirk's whole thing. That was his idea.
Yeah, he came up with the name Bob Odenkirk.
Really?
Bob Odenkirk came up with the name.
Which shows he's such a brilliant guy.
The worst thing about that was actually talking about it as they were eating the leftovers.
There's a video.
Oh yeah.
They said there is a video of Christ in the Squat Cobbler.
Well, there has to be. He made one. But what was brilliant was what Jimmy did with the cops. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turn the drug at you don't want to. He knows how to play the game. He's good at this kind of law. All right, he's a scumbag. You've got him pegged, okay? But you got him in the wrong category.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a drug dealer. He's a pervert.
He's a artist.
Of course. All right, great.
Oh yeah, Shane and I agreed. Yeah, that was the big. That's some Saul right there. There was some Saul.
That was Saul and Slippin' Jimmy combined.
That is smart too. Let me tell you, I knew somebody who got into a car accident long time ago. Totally smashed up face. It was bad. Readily admitted to having too much to drink and having a drunken driving accident. And thought that was pretty, that was great, stand up, tell the truth. Well, whenever somebody confesses to something, be wary, because behind it was not admitting that they were on too much heroin at the time and weren't quite awake to drive the car. So but you can easily hide one bad thing by admitting a different bad thing.
Yeah.
Because trying to say that you're an angel and you're innocent, not so great, but all right, you got me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm making cobbler porn.
I hope when they release the DVD or Blu-ray of season 2 of Better Call Saul, they include that video.
Yeah, I mean, at first I'm like, we gotta see this. As soon as we see it, I'm like, oh, maybe we shouldn't see this. But Price, he's one of my favorite characters on there now because he is so freaking hilarious.
Oh.
He is great.
He's on the verge of just unbelievable.
Oh,
He's right on the line, and they can't push him too much further because he's like,
Mm-hmm.
and if they push him too much further, they're gonna have to just animate him. That's how I feel. But it's
so
funny.
let's get into this week's
Going in, my
Sorry,
roommate
go
and
ahead.
I had these two things going on while we were watching going in.
Mhm.
First of all, you know how when Jimmy loses his office because of the right thing in the first season,
Yeah.
we wondered, will he ever have a nice office? Because, the strip mall for Saul wasn't exactly, upscale.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Boom. He's got this great job because he's got this niche with the old people.
Yeah.
And and some shady ways of bringing in a lot of them. But, so anyway, answered that question, and we were like, okay, so now how is he going to screw it up? And most specifically, what is going to go on with him and Kim? Because Kim's not around when we get to Breaking Bad. So, the roommates, she died because of him, or somebody killed her, and I'm like, I bet she just got sick of his crap. She doesn't.
Probably so.
And in Breaking Bad, Saul talks about two wives. In the first season, he already has the ex-wife. Kim is going to be the second ex-wife who sleeps with his stepdad.
You think so?
I think so. I think Kim has it in her. When we first meet her in the first season, I'm like, I don't think Kim has it in her. But then in the second season, we see Slippin' Kimmy, and I'm like, Slippin' Kimmy.
Slippin' Kimmy, yeah.
Slippin' Kimmy. We see Slippin' Kimmy, and I'm like, yeah, she's definitely going to be sleeping with his stepdad.
Ken. We saw Ken in the first episode of the second season.
Yeah, Ken wins.
But he was a DB that really needed to be taken down a notch. I mean, he just did. It was... But she's got the Skylar side to her, where play by the rules, by the book, that's immoral, that's unethical, that's illegal. And
Jimmy's going to break her out.
They had that tense moment when he explained what he did, where she was just shocked and disappointed. And she says, I never want to hear about this kind of thing again.
Yeah.
And he just says, you won't. It doesn't mean he's not going to do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you don't want to hear about it. That sounds familiar.
It does.
Yep. So this week we had Jimmy making a commercial behind Cliff's back. By the way,
Ed Bailey Jr. I like Ed Bailey Jr. I'm so glad they got Ed Bailey Jr.
And he's playing guitar. And I didn't know Ed Bailey Jr. could play guitar. I mean,
really playing? Yeah.
And we saw Michael McKean playing the piano.
Now, I was listening to the Insider podcast, and they said that was David Porter playing the piano, but it was actually they used David Porter as the sound, but Michael McKean was actually playing it though. They didn't use Michael McKean's take.
Oh.
I wish they had.
I wish they had too.
Loved to have heard I would love to heard his piano playing.
And Vince Gilligan mentioned something about Rebecca Bliss, the name on the sheet music. He said, "Watch out for that name because it's coming back in the later in this season."
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, if the
You need to
producers are
check out the
watching,
Insider. You need to check out the Better Call Saul Insider podcast. It's on
I
iTunes,
would.
and it is great.
Cool.
I could
Hey,
just pause all the other crap that I'm following. I need a script for
if the
Adderall so I
producers
can stay up 24/7. I'm sorry, go ahead.
if the producers of the show are watching, when you release the DVD or Blu-ray of Better Call Saul, please include an alternate take with Michael McKean playing the piano.
Yeah.
Yay! Agreed.
I want
Agreed.
to hear. I want
But
to love
yeah,
to hear that.
there's
Mhm.
there's these things pulling Jimmy away toward that Saul person.
Yep.
And he spells it out in that whole meeting about how slow these people. I mean, they're reliable.
Mhm.
They keep records back to what Eisenhower, he said or something. But
Yeah.
um, but they're a little slow, so it takes a while to work with them. And then he gets, of course you can't do the time efficient thing and sweep them all in one busload.
Mhm.
That's not ethical. And he's not allowed on the premises, and mail doesn't get answered. I mean, the mail actually he figured was intercepted.
Yeah.
Probably
Quite frankly,
right.
it probably was.
And the old lady that is used on the commercial, the Alpine Shepherd Boy lady.
With the stair lift, coming down the stairs, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was, and then
That
you
was
got the
so
same
great.
two. You got the same two AV guys from the Billboard commercial.
Uh-huh.
Saul's finding out that playing by the rules slows you down.
Mhm.
He's got an itch with old people, but he doesn't really. It's too inefficient. It's too slow. The payoff is just not there. Kind of like me with waiting on tables. Drug dealers are way more fast-paced and deal in way larger sums of money at one time. And yeah, he's all set up. It's like perfect. You've got the great job, the beautiful office. They're like kissing your feet, telling you can have anything that you want.
Mhm.
You've got Kim. All right, so now how to screw it up. It's kind of like House and Cuddy.
Yeah.
House finally hugs Cuddy, and all right, how are you going to screw it up?
Mhm.
You notice where they showed the first commercial Davis Maine did, that put Shane and I in mind of all these lawyer commercials we see these days.
Yeah, there's mesothelioma commercials.
Yes!
Huh?
It was very authentic. It was perfect.
It was.
That's one of the other draws. He's good at this.
Mhm.
He's good at putting on a show. He loved doing that commercial, and they're not going to let him do commercials. Like, he's going to be like, screw that. I'm going to do commercials.
Mhm.
He is so being drawn to the dark side of the Force.
He is.
Although arguably they're both the dark side, and one just looks nicer. But yeah, that's where he's going.
And meanwhile, in the subplot, we see Mike visiting with his granddaughter and his daughter-in-law.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that toy.
The toy, the piggy, the little animatronic pig.
The pig.
We saw that before.
We've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yes, and we saw Mike on the stakeout with his sandwich. We saw the sandwich.
We saw the sandwich, and we saw him eat the sandwich.
I just love how he just listens to a ball game, eats a sandwich, he just chills.
Yeah, that's his idea of a stakeout.
Yeah. He's always prepared. Always prepared. He's like the ultimate Boy Scout.
It was the same car.
Yeah, the same car, too.
Yes. I noticed that, and that is very, very Mike-like.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
Mike really is a creature of habit.
Yeah, he is.
He can be flexible, and he can, he can react and change mode at any time, but you can see him. Nothing wrong with this car.
Mhm.
You know, just redo the brakes and do the and just yeah. Mike is a tried and true guy. He
Yes.
believes in the tried and true, although he's always up for changing trends and new things he's never heard of before. Wants to stay informed.
Yeah.
But there's certain things about his job from, way back before any technology or DNA till now that are the same.
Mhm.
And that's the
And
thing.
Yeah,
I
but what do
guarantee
you think about this whole Stacy thing? You think she's just playing Mike, or
I asked that of my roommate because I started getting suspicious, but he convinced me I think she really is freaked out.
oh, the bullet. Yeah, when she
the
said this.
whole bullet and everything?
Yeah.
No.
No. Remember, because the hole wasn't necessarily a bullet hole. Mike was
Hmm.
kind of looking at it funny, and he stayed that whole night to
Mhm.
listen.
Mhm.
Nothing happened. She heard it anyway.
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
too. She's not in the I need to screw Mike over phase of life. She's in the. She's PTSD herself. She's still processing things. She's she hears it. Even if it's not happening, she hears it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
She's
yeah.
he
driving.
did his whole tease with the newspapers, and we thought it was gunshots. And I loved how they did that.
Oh, yeah.
The whole yeah.
I was actually half falling asleep during that episode, but still
And
absorbing.
we see Mike meeting with the veterinarian again, the same veterinarian
Mhm.
from.
His primary care physician is a veterinarian.
Yes. He had to take Kaylee's dog again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ed Begley Jr. got pissed off because he didn't see the commercial beforehand.
Well,
Hmm.
yeah.
So, but they left us with an epic cliffhanger. Nacho requested Mike to do some kind of dirty work.
Yep.
And we see the gun salesman, the same gun salesman that Walt purchases gun off of.
The weapons dealer.
Next
Yeah.
week. He's coming back
The
next
same.
week.
No
That was the
way. See, I missed
that,
that.
that was the
Really?
guy. That was the guy Walt bought the pistol from to
And
try.
then later, yeah.
Yeah, and
Later,
then the AK-47,
Oh, M60.
the M60. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the same guy. I was like, yeah, that's the guy.
that's the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, Shane and I,
Wow.
we were PMing back and forth on Facebook. I said, the same weapons dealer.
Yep.
I have to tell you though, when they did that scene and they show the boots walking, and I'm like all excited, like who's this? And so it's Nacho. Like big deal. We
Mm.
saw him last week. So, you know, that was kind of underwhelming. I thought it was like much ado about nothing. Should have just had a meeting with Nacho. But
Well,
I'm thinking he must be talking about Tuco.
Yeah, Mike did a name drop
yeah.
last week.
Right.
Tuco's. So, it'll be interesting to see who that person is.
Well,
Yeah,
there is
Shane and
no
I.
Nacho in Breaking Bad. There is
Right.
Tuco. I could
Mhm.
see some sort of an argument going on because Nacho's a rational business person as far as
But if you remember
criminals go, and
when we
Tuco is off
first
his rocker.
Nacho, I don't think Nacho is dead in Breaking Bad because when we first meet Saul, he asks, "Is this Nacho?"
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, Shane and I, we had Jesus Jr. on our
No
look
way.
show. And we asked him, Shane asked him if he was going to be on Better Call Saul. And Jesus, what did he say, Shane? He said kind of,
He basically said, "Wouldn't you like to know?" We had Gonzo. We had Gonzo when we was talking about Bigfoot and paranormal stuff. And before he left, I said, "I can't wait to see you in Better Call Saul season 2." And he said, "Wouldn't you like to know?" So
yeah.
I know.
And
I mean, if there's Tuco, those are his guys. He's got to be there.
he also told us, I asked him, I said, who was the most skeptical member of the cast of Breaking Bad when it came to Sasquatch? He said Giancarlo, Gus. Giancarlo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He was?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wouldn't be somebody like, I don't know, Bryan Cranston.
I know. But he said that Walt Jr. wants to go on the Bigfoot hunt with him. RJ Mitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to run into Daryl out there. That's what they should do.
But, and then in the very first episode of season 2, we see him back at Cinnabon in black and white.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. I was like, thank you for doing that.
I know, that was good.
I hope they open up every season like that. Him at Cinnabon.
Yeah.
A great bit of continuity. It was a great continuity.
We're like, we're still going there. We're getting there. We're gonna get there.
If they do like an episode of him at Cinnabon, I would love it for it to be in black and white, the whole episode. I think that would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Isn't it funny because it's his future, but it's in black and white?
And
because
what is really weird is that in the opening credits, the Better Call Saul credits, it switches from color and black and white. Did you notice that?
No.
Watch it.
I was just so like beside myself to see that they did that again, and the whole elongated scene where he wasn't going to use the emergency door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He didn't want to have to talk to a police officer at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he
just sat there. And how much he must hate his life.
Uh-huh.
You know, you finally wrap up your shift at a crappy job, and you can't go home. You know, I mean, it's just some.
I know.
It's those days are no fun.
And this is the first time we hear Gene speak too, because the last time when we see him at Cinnabon, he didn't speak.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, I thought. But then he thinks that Screw and Pun and SG was here, Saul Goodman was here.
Yeah, because he's holding on to that old life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a great way to open the new season. I mean, I just love that. That was just tremendous.
Yeah.
It really was.
I may be sitting in a room full of trash, and I'm afraid to show my face to any police officer, and I have to sit here. But goddamn it, I was Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
You know?
The world's greatest lawyer.
And he's kind of young to be in that, you know. I'm in a wheelchair, I have a diaper, but once upon a time, you know, I was the greatest economist on the East Coast or whatever. He did that way too early in life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, he was kind of forced into it. I mean, everything was falling apart, you know, in Albuquerque, so he had to do something.
Yeah, he needed a new life.
I know, but it's almost like the disappearer guy gave him a bad deal. Like, I think you're obnoxious, so this is what I'm going to do for you. I could have given you a better job. You could have at least been seeing free movies at the movie theater or, you know, I don't know, concessions at a concert, I don't know, working with, whatever. No, you're going to manage a Cinnabon. Ouch. Really?
Well, of course, he foreshadowed it on Breaking Bad. He said, I'll probably wind up being the manager of Cinnabon in Omaha.
Well, he said that after he'd already had his initial meeting with the disappearer guy. And he said that to Walt when they were bunking up together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Best case scenario. And there it is, his best case scenario. Sitting in the trash room, waiting for somebody else to throw away trash. And I knew as soon as he propped that door up with that thing that the door stopped. I knew it wasn't gonna hold. It was like, here we go.
And you know, he might have only been sitting there. He might have only been sitting in there 20 minutes.
No, it was like at least an hour and a half because they showed the clock a couple times.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was about an hour or so. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Now,
I thought he was going to be there until the next morning.
I did too. I did too.
But going back to Amarillo, episode 3, in the very beginning, the bus driver said, "You've got 5 minutes," and it took exactly 5 minutes for that teaser to end.
Really?
It did, because I looked on the clock and it was like 10:05, and then that's when the teaser ended. I'm like, wow, 5 freaking minutes.
Yeah.
So it was
He's
real
good.
time. That's
It
awesome.
was real time.
And he signed them all up.
Yeah.
And then lied about how.
And then Chuck's back. Chuck, he's there to bear witness.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he's there to see Jimmy screw up.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem is, but it's too bad we can't like him anymore. Because it's just impossible. I just don't like this guy. I don't get why I don't know what his problem is. If you are so wonderful, then you're not threatened.
Yeah, but Shane, we pointed out, or Shane pointed out that he thinks Chuck still cares about Jimmy.
I think he does at some point.
Or maybe Chuck, is full of shit when he says, "You're not a real lawyer, you can't do this." Maybe he's afraid of his brother being more successful than him. I mean, that's the only explanation I can think, because if you really believe he's going to fall flat on his face, then why feel so threatened?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to, everybody's got to get rid of their electronics. He's got to put on his tinfoil suit and, get out there just to watch his brother, because he wants to make sure he's not good.
But he kept on tripping Jimmy up. But then Jimmy came swinging back.
Yeah. He was trying to make him fail.
I think it's because Kim was there. I think Kim was kind of calming Jimmy down. She put his hand she put her hand on his leg and was playing footsies with him and all that.
But I was talking about in the third episode where he was asking Jimmy if he was soliciting. Jimmy just came back at him. But and then in the preview, go ahead, Henry.
That's gonna be interesting to see if Jimmy has to litigate against Chuck, like on a case or something. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh, that'd be interesting if that happens. But in the preview for
that could
Monday's,
happen. Yeah,
I saw the preview for Monday's episode, and it's a meeting between Kim, Chuck, and Hamlin. I think Chuck's probably going to push Kim out.
Oh, my.
Or she's going to have to choose.
Yeah, choose between Hamlin or Jimmy.
Uh-huh, yeah. That could get interesting.
But she thinks he's made a promise not to do this stuff anymore, when he really hasn't, because the way she phrased it was, "I don't want to hear about it."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't want to hear about it doesn't mean that he's not going to continue doing it. But yeah, this season of Better Call Saul has been great. I mean, my favorite episode had to be Cobbler.
Yeah, gotta be.
The second one.
Cobbler.
Oh my God, that was crazy. That was so damn funny.
I hope we get a solo Mike episode in this season like we did in season 1.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely more Mike, please. Way more Mike, please.
Yes, more Jonathan Banks.
But we've been getting half and half this season. Half Mike and half Jimmy.
Definitely more Mike than, this season. And I just, oh my God, I love the way he handled that crazy guy who thinks that he can drive around, the banana Hummer, or,
Nacho called it a school
bus for secure pimps.
Like, this is not, like, on the down low at all. This is screaming, "Please pull me over."
It is.
Oh, and the cops. The cops is the same cop that arrested Walt and I think pepper sprayed him.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's it's one of them cops. He was in Breaking Bad.
Wow. Oh my god, I have to watch this when I'm more awake.
So
Just wait till the next day.
That's more continuity with Breaking Bad is what that is.
And then we forgot to mention the epic Easter egg was the tequila is the same tequila
Yes!
that Gus brought into the cartel.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh,
We haven't
man.
gotten there yet, though.
We haven't got
So
there
we're
yet.
getting all kinds of Easter eggs from Breaking Bad on Better Call Saul. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awesome. You know, we've seen Ken. We're about to see the weapons dealer.
Mm-hmm. And then we saw the little piggy, and then the tequila.
Yep.
That was great, though, when Flippin' Kimmy
Yep.
put that on that guy's tab. Ken wins there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, as soon as I heard Brother Man, I was like, you're kidding! Oh my god, this is so funny! Oh my god, he's so obnoxious.
He is the biggest douchebag.
Jimmy was Victor with a K, remember?
Victor with a K.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it on Better Call Saul. I mean, we covered everything.
Like I said, this has been a good season so far. It really is. And that second the second episode is my favorite one, Cobbler.
Yeah, I don't think nothing can top that. But then I was
And
wrong. Chicago Sunroof.
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, we've got to see that video.
Yeah, we better see that.
It'll be right next to Gail doing Major Tom.
It is.
Yes.
Oh man.
By the way, well, you probably know, Ellen, that's on the season 4 DVD set. That video
Yeah.
of Gail.
Yep.
Yeah, but any predictions as who does Nacho want to take care of?
Ooh.
Well, Tuca wouldn't be a surprise, and he's been name dropped. So, I don't know. Crazy 8?
Ooh, Crazy 8. That would be interesting. Or, let's see, what was Crazy 8's buddy's name?
Emilio.
Emilio.
Yes, thank you, Emilio.
You don't think it could be Price?
Ooh.
Or it might be. Yeah, he's kind of
You know,
yeah,
he's kind of annoying.
unpredictable threat.
Yeah, could Price be the problem dog for Nacho?
Yeah, that would be interesting. I can't wait till Monday. And then tomorrow night's Walking Dead, so that's going to be interesting. It's
Price
digging.
is a little bit more of a rabid dog. He just won't listen to reason. Gail was guilty of being in a bad circumstance. That's the only, and the only reason Jesse had to shoot him was to survive.
Yeah.
Gail wasn't doing anything wrong. But this Dwight guy just doesn't want to listen to anybody but himself.
Yeah, I mean, his name was Daniel Wimwald. We finally got a name.
But you know what's so awesome about him? Is that he actually cares about his baseball cards so much that he's convincing. He cares about drugs and not being caught for that too, but he really cares about the baseball cards.
Well, that's the only thing he has is baseball cards and drugs. But Mike saw through that. He was not going to end. He was going to do as much as he can to get them cards back.
Oh yeah.
And he knew just where to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Mickey Mantle was still there.
Yep. That was like one of Price's prized cards.
All right, guys. Well, we have some stuff to watch this next Sunday and Monday. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It's Saturday, and it's Super Saturday. Super
tomorrow night is Walking Dead. Monday is Better Call Saul. Of course, for Shane and I, Gotham.
Gotham.
So-
Oh, Gotham was great this past Monday.
Shameless
It was.
for me tomorrow night too. I got some shameless action to go for.
All right, let's go ahead and end this. Next week is going to be episode 8, which is Hermanos, and this is going to be. Yes,
Oh, I know what that one is.
yep, it's going to be a good one.
Just by the title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you here next week.